This is the hard truth.
Right. We've got a situation at the moment where it's looking likely that Donald Trump will be re-elected next year, which is great. I'm a big Trump supporter. But the reality is that I think from now to Donald Trump being re-elected, if something isn't done, it's never going to happen. Because the deep state seem to be going into overdrive. They're heavily influential in two conflicts at the moment, in the Ukraine and Israel, funding, funding the bad guys, let's put it that way, which is contributing greatly to, certainly in Ukraine, things being dragged out ridiculously, thousands of people being killed. This can't be good. This can't be good for humanity, society generally, because with the best will in the world, we have Donald Trump standing up on stage saying, in 12 months' time, when I get re-elected as president, I'm going to stop the border and throw everybody back and things like this. There's probably going to be another 5 million people come in the next 12 months. People coming in with cards, credit cards, and essentially you have an internal invasion growing their own army. You have traitorous, treasonous people whose loyalties and affiliations are not to the US, but elsewhere, bringing in an army that they can activate, or terrorist cells that they can activate. Now, millions of these people are already in the US now. Child trafficking's gone through the roof. Sex trafficking's gone through the roof. Now, I don't know if there's some master plan behind the scenes by the good guys, a la what Q advocates. Well, if that's the case, then this plan isn't very good. Because you don't need to, or there shouldn't be a situation where people are all being told, oh, don't worry, next year it's going to be better. Whilst absolute devastation and havoc is being wreaked upon the world at the moment. This transgender thing, and all the countries are doing it. The deep state is initiating infiltration and essentially foreign troops, also known in brackets immigrants, foreign troops being sent into countries ready to destabilise. This has to be stopped now. If there's any plan whatsoever, it has to be amended and changed, because it's not going to last another 12 months, the way things are going. It's not going to last 6 months. It needs to be done now. We've got all this nonsense about trying to impeach Joe Biden. Impeach Joe Biden? He should be arrested and hung as a traitor. He should be arrested for treason and hung as a traitor. There's enough evidence to support this now. What stinks to high heaven is Obama, Hillary Clinton, Biden Inc., Soros, Gates, Fink, Bezos, Zuckerberg. All these people are walking around scot-free, going from strength to strength. Fauci. Nothing has happened to any of them. None of them have been arrested. None of them have been charged. So what kind of plan is in place here? If the good guys have a plan, then I would say it's terrible. It's not working. Where's the positivity? Can anybody point me to anything positive that's happened? We've got transgenderism being spread all over the place. We've got transvestites going into children's schools, educating them. We've got all this woke nonsense, all this climate crap, electric cars being sold everywhere, thousands of Chinese crossing the border in the US, and so on and so forth. Where's the positivity? If this is a plan by the good guys, I tell you what, they're a bunch of idiots. Because here's what my plan would be. There's enough evidence to go and arrest every one of those people I've mentioned now. Arrest them now. Try them all for treason and true insurgency and insurrection. Try them now. Arrest them now. If there's any loyal, good generals, and Trump keeps saying he built the military up and everything, to have those million, the other idiot, on TV being questioned all the time. What's the use of that? Useless. If there's any good generals or good admirals, or if indeed if there is actually any good guys, and this isn't just one big deep state con, do something now. Stop this nonsense now. Enough's enough. Hundreds of rallies are not going to make any difference. We're not even convinced that we've got the voting situation sorted out. What's going to stop them doing the same thing again? Unless you put military at every voting poll, how are you going to stop them? How are you going to stop these people doing the same things? Most of the legal system in the US is corrupted. What's happening with Christopher Wray? He was put in by Donald Trump. Is he disloyal? Is he a sleeper? Is he really a Trump guy, pretending not to be? Because nobody's doing anything. Nothing's being done. And if it is being done behind the scenes, then somebody surely should have the good sense to release some of this information, at least so that people think, well, something positive is happening, because I can't see anything positive happening at the moment. All I can see is more chaos being brewed, more chaos happening, more problems being created, more people dying. Look at the child sex trafficking situation. Just because it's been allowed at the border for all these people to come in. And it has been allowed. Because if there's any way it could be stopped, it would have been stopped. And it hasn't been. It either can't be, or there isn't any good guys out there to stop it. Either way, it's been allowed. So as I'm talking now, there's kids being tortured and killed in snuff movies, being used in slavery. This is a disgrace. A disgrace. So if anybody out there believes in Q's plan, and it's all happening behind the scenes, and there's all these, thousands of pending subpoenas and et cetera, why hasn't any of it happened? Because it needs to happen, and it needs to happen now. There needs to be a meeting where if there is a good guy plan, it needs to be brought forward. It needs to happen now. Because leaving these idiots in the mix any longer is going to cause more deaths and more trouble. And what do we have to wait for next? Somebody setting off a nuke? Bombs in subways? More BLM Antifa riots? More people killed? Millions of pounds worth of property destroyed? Because someone hasn't got the brain to bring a plan forward? This plan needs to come forward, if there is a plan. And I'm beginning to doubt there is, to be honest with you. It all seems like a big con to keep the people quiet. No, don't do anything. It's all going to be all right in 12 months. No, this stinks to me. Something needs to happen now. If there truly are good guys out there, if there are good generals, good military, and as I say, Donald Trump keeps saying he built the military up. Built them up for what? Nobody loyal in there anymore? The whole thing stinks as far as I'm concerned. If there is a plan, to rid humanity of the deep state and to destroy these people, get rid of these evil people, then it needs to happen now. You could go and arrest all these people now. There's enough evidence to arrest all of them now. Not in 12 months' time. Something needs to happen. Because I think everybody's getting a bit fed up.